Set to square off this weekend in the rivalry. Where does the Texas-Oklahoma rank in your top 3 of college football rivalries?
Well, I mean, I think it's probably the top one as far as big ones go.
It's a big one.
Well, the one that I'm most interested in, nobody cares because it's just my rival.
Well, the boot?
Yeah, nobody cares about the Golden Boot. But if I'm just going what rivalries that are known as big rivalries, I think I like that better than Ohio State and Michigan, although I do like Ohio State and Michigan.
What's that one called?
The two teams that get way too much publicity. Bowl. The benefit of the doubt bowl, that if it's close, they get the benefit of the doubt and they go to the national championship game.
The ones that always have an easy schedule until that game.
Exactly. So I'm going to go Texas OU is 1. Totally non-biased. 2, probably Ohio State, Michigan, because it's so big and they care so much about that one. And if I were to go 3...
What about the Bamas? Well, they got something going over there.
Bama, Auburn. Bama, Auburn's really good, and there's been some really great endings to some of those games. I feel like it's been, that maybe around 6 or 7. I feel like Bama has just... But also, Ohio State was killing Michigan for a bunch of years in a row, so it's not really fair.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go, if we're only doing football... Boy, the Army-Navy is always awesome, too, because it has its own week. But it's the only game on.
Yeah.
And they're intense.
Yeah, and they want to fight each other in the stands.
Yeah.
Well, and they're all wearing uniform,
and then
too.
they want to be best buds again after because they're fighting for the same country. It's
America.
I'm going to go Texas OU at 1, though. Eddie, you?
I'm going to do the Battle of the Woods. That's Sam Houston State and Stephen F. Austin, man.
But again, that's a biased answer.
Man, that was crazy. Dude, that week was crazy when I was at school.
The Battle of the Ravine, Henderson State and OBU. And do that one, Division II. But yes.
I think the Red River rivalry is huge. Oh my gosh.
Nice job on the
You can't even call it
pronunciation,
shootout anymore.
You can't. Mm-mm. I have so many memories of working in the news and going to cover that game and just all day, dude. All day in Dallas at, I think it's the fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
You have people yelling, Boomer, Sooner, Texas fight. Texas sucks. OU sucks. I mean, all day while they're eating turkey legs. It's crazy.
Deep fried everything.
Yes.
Is that the fair? You ever been?
Yeah.
We played the fair.
Yeah, we've played the fair. I mean, deep fried Fruit Loops, deep fried
everything.
Oreos, deep fried butter, like entire horses.
And that stadium, the Cotton Bowl, is so old.
It sucks.
It's so old.
I wish they would move. It's not me in the game. I wish they'd move it to home and home series.
Yeah.
Because those places would be going nuts. I get it's half and half. It's intense. But there aren't a lot of people there compared to what the other stadiums hold. And that stadium's a piece of crap. I've been in it a bunch of times. I know it's tradition, but I don't think keeping tradition for tradition's sake is awesome. So I would like to see it go home and home because those are two fan bases that you are jealous of and you want to punch in the mouth at the same time. If I'm being honest there.
Yes.
All right, next up.
At 5-0 on the season and hosting LSU this weekend, will you start to take Mizzou serious if they win on Saturday?
Yeah, if they win, of course. But do I take them serious yet? I mean, the Kansas State win was big. The field goal at the end of the game, that's big. But, I mean, here's who they beat. They beat South Dakota, Middle Tennessee, Memphis, Vanderbilt. The Kansas State game, they won. That's a good 3-point win. Congratulations. I don't feel like they're a real 5-0 team. They beat LSU. Here's the thing. LSU doesn't have a defense. And this is a kind of team that can score 50 on LSU. So I think they can beat LSU. I don't know that at 5-0 I'm giving them the respect, and they don't care about my respect, I'll be honest with you, that I am other 5-0 teams. But it'll be interesting. LSU, if they lose another game, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna fire him.
No.
But I mean, it's gonna be really uncomfortable down there.
But especially to Missouri.
It's gonna be really uncomfortable. I mean, they almost lost to Arkansas.
Yeah.
It was a 1st and goal from the 1. I mean, they almost have 3 losses already. They don't. It almost doesn't count. But if they lose to Missouri, that will not be good for the coaching staff down there. What's the spread on that game? Because I don't think Missouri wins.
Plus 5.5.
Thank you, Reed.
Reed's on.
Reed's already over there. Look at that.
I'm not even taking that. I'm staying away from that game.
Missouri's plus 5.5?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
He's like, what does that mean?
That's what it says.
Yeah, if they win, yes, I'll take them very seriously. Until then, they're still Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, next.
Going to the NFL here, both going against good defenses on Sunday night. Which offense do you trust more to get a win on Sunday? 49ers or the Cowboys?
I know the answer to this.
Debo's been hurt. So that's one playmaker that if he's not back full speed, does affect the offense. let's break it down then. Quarterback to quarterback, I would take Dak over Purdy
Experience-wise?
in every way.
Okay.
Purdy hasn't even played a full season yet. So I would take Dak there.
He's still undefeated, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. Crazy. Running back.
Yeah.
McCaffrey over Pollard.
For sure.
Pollard is really good. So it is an easy one because McCaffrey's so good. He may be the MVP.
McCaffrey's been the one who's been winning all these games.
Yeah. So there. Debo versus CeeDee Lamb.
Mm-hmm. Lamb's hasn't had a crazy year yet. He's got 1 touchdown of the year.
But again, Lamb is legit, and he hasn't been hurt. So I'm probably going to take CeeDee Lamb over Debo. But then you have a weapon like Brandon Ayuk, who only catches first downs and touchdowns. And the Cowboys don't really have
Brandon Cooks. Who is that?
A second receiver that is. It's going to be a good game. I would love to see the Cowboys win it.
Well, me too, obviously.
Yeah, because you being a fan. But I would just like to see a shakeup over there.
Yeah.
Then what you think about Shanahan going against McCarthy, right? Also, because you think about the offenses, and you got to trust.
I don't trust McCarthy.
And McCarthy's calling all the plays now.
Yeah, I know, and his time management skills, they seem to be lacking. And I don't watch every Cowboy. I watch most of every Cowboy game, but I'm not as into it as Eddie is, where he watches every second. But it always seems like McCarthy has a dumb look on his face, like he doesn't understand something.
I think that's his resting look.
I know,
face,
but I hold that
man.
against him.
Okay.
I don't know.
The RBF.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you can't judge him on the look on his
RCF, resting
face.
confused face. I do, though. I always feel like he's just a little confused.
Though what I'm concerned about is his post-game speeches. You know, like they have like these games where they just killed the team, and you'd think it'd be like, all right, let's go fire. Because man, is it Jimmy Johnson back in the day? His speeches were amazing. He came up with how about them Cowboys and all that stuff. Really pumped up the team. On TikTok, they always show the Cowboys post-game, and he's always like, hey, we did what we did. All right, okay, Lawrence, get us out of here. it's always that, and he hands it off to a player, and they're just like, come on, guys, and the player does all the hyping. So, that always makes me doubt him a little bit.
He's not a hype coach, Not all coaches are hype coaches.
I get it.
I mean, Saban's not a hype coach. I don't want to compare the two, but Saban's not a hype coach.
Yeah, a little different.
I trust the 49ers offense a little more, especially, too, because the Cowboys have lost defensively Diggs.
Yeah, but we still got a lot of power back there.
I agree, but so does San Francisco. I mean, you're talking about 2 awesome defenses.
Bosa versus Micah. Go.
Draw.
Really?
Yeah.
Kevin?
Micah.
Nice. Reed, tiebreaker. Reed?
Micah.
He doesn't know. Plus
Reed
9.
says Mika.
I would go draw on that one. Okay, Kevin, last question.
Last one here. Which 1-3 team that made the playoffs last year do you think is most desperate for a win this weekend?
If the Vikings don't win, they're done. They're already done, but they're done. They're cooked, roasted, toasted. Even if another one like the Bengals, I still think the Bengals, even if they were to lose again, I still think they can be in it because Burrow's hurt. I think they can turn it. They can turn it around and be consistently great once everybody is healthy. The Vikings are going to lose all motivation. The Vikings are going to lose any sort of confidence that they had rolling over from last year, and they're playing the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
This is bad. If and when the Vikings lose, it's over. Trade Kirk Cousins. Give him a chance. Send him somewhere. Send him to Atlanta. Because it ain't happening for the Vikings. Bengals and Cardinals, even if Burrow isn't healthy, this is a good opportunity for the Bengals to win the game. The problem with the Cardinals is they're playing hard. They're losing, but they're playing hard every week.
Yeah.
And how long will they keep playing hard as they're losing? Giants and Dolphins, man, that Giants game they look terrible. They look worse than they've looked in 2 years.
They look like McCarthy's face.
They do.
Don't know what to do.
RCS. They just like Daniel Jones looked terrible. Yeah. And I like Daniel Jones. But the Dolphins are, I think, based on who they're playing, the Vikings are playing the Chiefs. They're going to lose that. They're done. They're cooked. The Giants and the Dolphins, I think the Dolphins are probably going to come out and really roasty-toasty the Giants based on how bad it was last week against the Buffalo. I think the Bengals probably beat the Cardinals. But if they don't, I still believe in the Bengals. I still believe in them.
Cincinnati.
All right, Vince.
Yes. We were in Cincinnati yesterday. Yeah. All right, that is the Tittle Tattle.
The stupidest name